You are now listening to Extra Time with Dan and Chris from the Sportsheads. Gotta love a little extra time.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of the Extra Time with your boys Chris and Dan from the Sportsheads. How are you doing, Chris?
We good, man. Playoffs are going good. Very entertaining. Keeping us, I guess, kind of busy during this quarantine, right?
Yeah. Hey, we're going to get into that. The playoffs have actually been very, very interesting. Some up and down games. We've seen a lot going on right now in the playoffs. Surprisingly, only 2 games have been a sweep, and have been on the East as well. So maybe that lends to a little question of whether or not the East is strong this year. But we'll get into all of that. I think the first thing we're going to start off with actually is Kobe Bryant. If you guys are aware, he passed away earlier this year in January alongside 9 others and his daughter, Gigi. He would have been 42 over the weekend. We've seen a lot of posts on social media of people dedicating it, sort of their posts to Kobe and the life that he lived, and that Mamba mentality. So I guess we'll start off with just sort of our recollection and sort of maybe a minute or so talking about what our favorite memory of Kobe was, just as a celebration of his birthday. So Chris, start us off with what's your highlight of Kobe's career or life?
Oh man, Kobe Bean Bryant. Funny thing about Kobe's basketball career with me, I wasn't a big Kobe fan growing at the beginning of his tenure. I was big on Allen Iverson. I was a massive Allen Iverson fan. And so Allen Iverson was the guy. So when Philly and LA played each other, I knew Philly had a long shot, but I was rooting for my man AI. But it was after a while. I think when Kobe switched to 24 is when I really started to really respect and watch Kobe a lot more. Especially after he did the debacle with him and Shaq, and moving forward, and then taking those teams to championships without Shaq. I think that really, really made me look at Kobe in a different light. We came out that he was selfish. He was kind of by himself, but I saw him bring a team together. I saw him fight. I saw him not care. My favorite Kobe quote is when he was up 2-0. In a series, and the commentator and Kobe came to the podium mad, scowl faced, and the reporter said, "You not happy? You should be good. You up 2-0." The man said, "Is the job done? Is the job done?
Yeah.
The job ain't done, so ain't no reason to smile." You see what I'm saying? So he had this killer mentality. Even when he was up, he felt like he had to step on your neck. He had to make sure he killed, and it was something about that. But then also, he was an amazing father. He was an amazing husband. He was fighting for the WNBA, things that a lot of other players weren't doing. He was there. He wanted his daughter. He was a part of his daughter's traveling basketball camp. Of a lot of amazing things, especially. So the first couple, I ain't gonna lie, the first 8, the number 8 Kobe probably wasn't my favorite player person. I'm not gonna lie to you. He was young, bit selfish. He'll even tell you if he could, but after that, man, I think Kobe was a stand-up dude. Watching him with the Olympic team, guiding those guys, LeBron and D-Wade, and seeing the impact that he really, really has on these players. Like, that's real love. That's not fake love. That's real love. So, shout out to Kobe Bean. 8/24 would always be a day that we remember. I even had to wear my Kobe's yesterday, man. I put a picture on Instagram if y'all want to check it out. I had to make sure I show love to the mama mentality, man. Kobe, shout out to you, bro. You're a real one.
Yeah, I think with Kobe, from my point of view, my memory, before going into that memory, one thing I want a lot of our American audience, listeners to understand is Kobe still had a big impact to the people in the UK as well. I think there was, when he first passed away, I think I saw one tweet mentioning sort of, well, why are you people in the UK getting upset? And it's like Kobe's impact. You need to realize what certain stars and what certain individuals can do to not just their sport, but outside of their sport. And Kobe was that one guy. I think, Kobe's trajectory and career outside of basketball was just only beginning, winning an Oscar, doing stuff with the school and his daughter, WNBA, him talking about it, him promoting it. It's a shame because he was a bright star that I felt his post-basketball career will probably be bigger than his actual basketball career, and he would have been more known and more loved and well celebrated. So for me, I guess my favorite memory of Kobe it's not one particular game, but just the mentality, that Mamba mentality. Him explaining it, him understanding what it means. Because before, we've seen great athletes have that drive, that killer instinct. You know, you've seen it in normal football when it comes to Ronaldo and other players. You've had it in boxing with Muhammad Ali. You've had it in basketball itself with Jordan. But one thing that none of these guys were able to do was articulate that message, articulate that drive, as well as Kobe, and actually label it. So, you know, when people have said they want to be like Jordan or be like Mike, you know, but be like Mike how? You know, do you want to do the logo in terms of the Jordan logo? You know, the jump man? Do you want to be the Space Jam? What is it? Do you want to be the winner? What is it? Whereas with Kobe, you've got that. I want to be that drive. I want to be that successful. I want to be the Mamba mentality. And I think Kobe's helped usher a new generation of talent, a new generation of individuals to elevate and push themselves up. So, you know, it's a shame he would have been 42, I believe, this year, had he not passed away. It is a big shame to see someone lose his life tragically the way he did, particularly his family. He was a big family man, big on his daughters. I loved listening to the interviews he had and talking about his daughters as well. And Gigi probably would have gone on to being a great star. So it's a bit of a shame not to see of that. So, you know, to anyone who's listening, to all who are listening, please remember Kobe, remember the Mamba mentality, the lessons he left behind, not just in life, not just in sports, not just in business, just in everything. You know, look to he's a shining example that you should look to how you should lead your life in terms of some of the lessons. Yes, he's not perfect, but no one is. So let's not criticize him for his imperfections, and let's just pick attributes that we admire and apply it to our daily lives.
Even like this show, man. It's simple things like this. We're doing this. We're doing it for fun. We're doing it for the people doing what we love. But imagine if we put a little mama mentality on it. You know, if we add a little mama mentality on everything that we do, it just changes the game. So big shout out to Kobe for giving us, like you said, that blueprint on what mentality to have. You know, not just go do it, but how to do it. So big shout out on that point.